Hey sir, how's it going? So I thought would be cool for this project is to just kind of look at the basic setup, kind of uh, analyze what's going on here after taking a look at the notes and seeing what needs to be done. Because one of the questions was the basic steps that I would take, the approaches, the techniques to solve a shot. Well, we've talked a lot about shots 1 and 2, which we've done. So let's look at shot 3 as that kind of incorporates the entire class and what I've learned. So after kind of looking through here a good bit, um, obviously with what you were saying, we want to remove all characters. So we've got them through about the first half, right over here to about 1190. We've got them in the screen. And then the nurse actually parks back here somewhere, and we've got this little distracting shadow back here. We want to get rid of this reflection. And then the dust busting throughout the whole thing is really bad. If we look right here, you can see some really bad scars in the film. I'm not sure how that would look depending on how I take those things out, whether I would need to regrain them or not, or whether I would take enough grain without kind of getting it, muddy. If those areas are getting muddy or blurred in any way, then I'm going to need to pull an alpha for my paint strokes and regrain that section. But other than that, should be good to go. Just standard dust bust, just a lot of it. I started to look at what kind of tracker I would pull. Obviously, the camera looks fairly static here, but you can tell there's a couple, just slight nudges up and down. Not a lot. Here's one of them right there. You can see the wood panel on the back is definitely dropping down, and then of course the movement at the very end of the shot. So when looking at trackers, try to run a point tracker off of this guy right here, because for the majority of the camera, it's staying still, but my point trackers were just flying up. So maybe I need to do a little bit more reading about that, see if there's a reason why it's not just working between a high contrast area like this is here. I ran it through a grid node too to see if that would help out a little bit. It didn't. The only place that was really picking up good tracking were areas where there was like a third angle in there, like right here. I picked up a gray track off of that point here. Obviously, that doesn't do me a lot of good unless I'm trying to put like put something on his jacket. And I ran a camera tracker, and that was just abysmal. So camera tracker I wouldn't be using for this. Point tracker, maybe I can find something in the scene. I was thinking planar tracker, but planar trackers work off of parallax, and there's almost no parallax in this scene, just due to the shadows and the movement. So I think tracking this scene would actually be harder than it looks like it would be. But I don't know, maybe for this section here, since these guys are moved, maybe I could hand do the first bit because there's only a little nudge, and then pick up a tracker off of this point here, or somewhere off the picture at the end, because different sections of the picture are in it the whole time. But who knows? All right, so 3 minutes, 28 seconds. Last little bit here. So what I went ahead and did, just to kind of proof of concept it to myself, as I was playing around with some ideas. Already deleted my trackers because I knew I would have had to do some more reading with that. I came to 1305. There it is. I pulled a frame hold at 1305 after my denoise, threw myself a little roto mask up there. And then if we watch it right here, I actually have my roto mask kicking out as soon as those other two people leave. So you can see his little shadow there past my garbage mask leaves, and then the roto actually turns off. We can see that by the noise coming back in. So just getting the basic idea of how I would clean plate out that wall. I would just frame hold and bring that over, track it into the scene, call it a day, get rid of that section once he leaves, and then start working on this back reflection mirror here. She's already visible at this point before he starts getting up. I believe this reflection would have its own set of problems because, unlike the wall, there's no just clean place I can grab and bring over and track back into the scene, because we've got no clean plate image within this section of shot for the reflection. We've got this white highlight up here, which is coming from this light reflecting off the wall. We've got her, who's back there, and then we've got, you can see this brown trim probably goes up and across the top, and we can see that darker lack of reflection right there. So I would need to make sure that the gradients were consistent as they went down, because from the hot spot, it's going to slowly get darker as it goes down this way. We can see that holds true by the darker section of the shadow, which does lighten up a little bit on the way down. This part's hot, so on the other side of the walls, this is this side of the room, this is the other side of the room, so we're probably looking at the same thing. Some kind of gradient going down that needs to look convincing. So I'm not sure how I'll do that yet. Maybe I'll just paint, do some paint, try to match everything up right, and then track it in for the rest of the time. Scene seems to come down to a good solid track, one good clean plate, and then the rest would just be good solid roto work while these guys were moving, because this clean plate pretty much takes care of itself once you get it tracked into the scene, because you can just hide the lines right along here. But anyway, yep, that is my quick look at it. I'm just a little bit over time, so I'm going to knock out of here real quick. Alrighty, have a great one, sir. See you.